Welcome, you're watching i24 News. I'm Westropp-Evans and here are the top stories making news at this hour. A London newspaper is reporting that Russia prevented an Israeli strike on Iranian missile factories in southern Lebanon and Syria. Asharq al-Awsat says that move came after Russian officials met with Palestinian officials in Ramallah on Friday to prevent what they called an inevitable strike. That move followed meetings earlier in the week in which Israel expressed to Russia its concern over the growing footprint of Iran in the region. Russia asked Iran to pull its forces out of southern Syria, but Tehran rejected that request. The US Department of Defense says Russia is working on a new intercontinental nuclear-armed autonomous torpedo that can travel thousands of miles undersea and strike US coastal cities with minimal warning. Named Status 6, the new device is considered to be thousands of times stronger than what was used in World War II. It has been described by some as a doomsday weapon. The torpedo would be launched as a third strike option from a nuclear submarine. The blast would be so massive that it would devour a city the size of Los Angeles. Meanwhile, the US is working to expand its own nuclear arsenal as concerns over a massive Russian nuke grow. A policy document just released claims that the Pentagon is considering developing low-power nuclear weapons that could be used on the battlefield. Many of the current warheads are too strong to be used in battle and fail to serve as a real nuclear deterrent. The document says increasing nuclear capabilities mark a shift from targeting Islamist militants to focusing on competition with China and Russia. And the IDF still hasn't caught the head of the terror cell behind the killing of Rabbi Shevach several weeks ago near Hivat Galad. But they are making progress. Soldiers raided a home on the outskirts of the West Bank city of Jenin as they searched for Ahmed Nasser Jarrar. He's thought to be the man who killed Shevach. Defense correspondent Daniel Semach has more on the manhunt to find Jarrar.
Were indeed arrested in this raid, and two of those that were arrested were also members of the Jarrar extended family. If we remember a previous raid on January 18th, there was thought to have already arrested, or actually killed rather, the man they are currently looking for, but instead it was actually Ahmed Ismail Jarrar, a different person who is thought to be a suspect also in this case. And so for now, the search is indeed ongoing. They have not found the suspected leader of this cell.
And police in Italy have arrested a man suspected of opening fire on pedestrians in the central city of Macerata on Saturday, injuring at least 4 African migrants in an attack that local media is reporting might be racially motivated. Reports say that a man fired from a car window at 2 young African migrants shortly after 11 a.m. A short while later, another migrant and an African woman were shot. It is not immediately clear how serious their injuries were. International NGO Human Rights Watch is calling on Turkey to stop using lethal force against Syrians trying to cross into their country, urging Ankara to open its border to those seeking asylum. A major offensive is being waged by the Syrian government troops in the northwestern province of Idlib and has displaced more than 270,000 people. According to the United Nations, yesterday 6 rockets believed to be fired by the Syrian YPG hit the Turkish border town of Reyhanli, killing 2 and wounding 16. Myanmar's government is pushing back against a report out from the Associated Press that claims 5 mass graves for Rohingya Muslims have been found in the northern Rakhine state. The AP report cited testimony from dozens of Rohingya and time-stamped cell phone video. Myanmar's military has clashed with the Rohingya over the past few months. The Buddhist nation is accused of ethnic cleansing. The Rohingya are originally from Bangladesh, and Myanmar has pushed to have them returned after a number of violent attacks against Myanmar's military. Doctors Without Borders says nearly 7,000 Rohingya have been killed, while Myanmar says that number is closer to 400. And those are the top stories from around the world at this hour. Stay connected through Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, and through our website at i24news.tv. I'm Westropp-Evans, and you're watching i24 News.